So we should be live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. Good to see you all. So let's see. Yeah, next streams will be on Tuesday 17th, Thursday the 19th and Friday the 20th. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thank you, Ronan. That's very kind of you. Hi, Mauri. It's lovely to see you. So let's see. Hi to Keezy, hi to Julia, hi to Lando, hi to Manisco, hi to Alex, hi to Victoria, hi to Ronan, hi to Valentine, hi to Vitali, hi to Maurits. Thank you very much, Lando. I'm glad you think I look very sharp. So let's, without further ado, let's get down to it. And it's about cave paintings. It's about old paleontology, I think it's called. So old cave painting of red claw hand could rewrite the history of human creativity timeline. So this is the one to start with. And suited and booted, no. Happy St. Valentine's, Victor. So a stencilled of a hand found on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi is the world's oldest cave painting, researchers say. A stencilled etching, that looks pretty good for a start. Maurits, a stencilled etching. Oldest known cave painting. That looks pretty good. That second one particularly, Maurits. So a stencilled of a hand found on the Indonesian island is the world's oldest cave painting, researchers say. A stencilled form. That sounds pretty good as well. A stencilled pattern, says Lando. Okay, let's see what else is going to come. Okay, so is that it for the moment? Inscription, says Artem Alex, unknown. A stencilled inscription of a hand. A stencilled outline of a hand. Okay, the outline, the external drawing. Shape, says, is that Meihui? Welcome, Meihui. Outline. And the oldest known, the oldest one that we know of. Okay, so that's okay. That's very good, Maurits. It shows a red hand outline. It shows a red outline of a hand whose fingers were, researchers say, to create claw-like, which indicates an early leap in symbolic imagination. Hi, Patricia. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Upcycle. That's really kind of you. That's really kind of you, Upcycle. Were modified, researchers say. Modified's a good word, Lando. Thank you, Upcycle. Thank you, thank you. Very generous of you. To create a claw-like, were exaggerated. Exaggerated is good. Thank you, Upcycle. Thank you, thank you. Were transformed, says Valentine. A claw-like figure. Were bent. Bent's not bad, Victoria. Okay. So, hi, White Stripes. Lovely to see you. A claw-like effect. Effect is very good. Were reshaped. That's very good, Patricia. Were transformed. A claw-like effect. Hi, Marco. A claw-like shape. That's good, Victoria. Were tapering. A claw-like appearance. Appearance is a good word, Wide Stripes. So, were reworked. So I think Patricia's reshaped is the best of those. And motif, who was that? Maybe shape. England defeats Scotland by very little. It was not a good performance at all. Okay, so claw-like emblem. Okay. The painting has been dated at least 7,800 years ago. Around 1,100 years before the record, a controversial hand stencil in Spain. Dated from would work. Dated back, it would have to be dated back with that, back to. Dated back, had been dated back at least. Yes, I think back definitely works, doesn't it? Interestingly, before the first record, dated back. So, hi Philip, good to see you. Dated a back, not a back, Artem Alex. Well done, Victoria. Dated to at least 67,000 years. That's an ice cream for Victoria. Well done, Victoria. Has been dated to at least 67,000 years ago. Around 1,100 before the previous record. Yes, well done, Valentine. Well done, Victoria. Previous, well done, Julia. So double ice cream for Victoria and for ice creams for Valentine and Julia as well. Okay, so let's continue. The find also the argument that our species, Homo sapiens, had reached the wider Australia, New Guinea landmass known as Sahul by around 15,000 years earlier than some researchers. Well done, Victoria. Yes. Supports is a good word, Maulit. It sounds better, doesn't it, Maulit? Yes. Prior. Yeah, it was dated to at least strengthened. Strengthened is very good, Lando. Corroborates, bolsters. Good morning, Glenn. Great to see you. Than some researchers thought. Speculated, I like. Claim, I like. The find also supports, yes, the argument. Yes, Philip, definitely. Triggered the argument. Backed the argument. That, yes, definitely. Then some researchers suggested, that's good, Mehui. Then some researchers believe, says Valentine. Let's see these then. Figured. Okay. So strengthens. Somebody said strengthens back there, and they're going to get. They're definitely going to deserve an ice cream for that. Who said strengthened? It was Lando. Well done, Lando. Congratulations, Lando. Then some researchers argue. Okay, over the past decade, a series of discoveries on Sulawesi has the old idea that art and thinking in our species suddenly burst into life in Ice Age Europe and spread from there. Bolstered, supported, yes. Strengthened, yes, Victoria, definitely. As it's the opposite though. And creative thinking, creative I like, it's the opposite to confirmed. Because if you look, a series of discoveries this is somewhere in Asia, and lateral thinking has, abstract thinking is good as well. Creative thinking is good. So this first one is negative. Debunked. That's good, Philip. Well done, Philip. Has debunked the old theory. I like debunked a lot. Creative thinking. Yes, Victoria. Dispelled. Good word, Vitali. Busted, says Patricia. Good. Lateral thinking. Okay. Has challenged the old idea. Has debunked. Has negated. Good, Maurice. Stated doesn't work, Marco. Has shattered, says Patricia. Symbolic thinking. That's a good word, Victoria. Okay. Has obliterated, says Valentine. Has overturned the old idea that art and abstract thinking. Yes, overturned the old idea. You got it exactly, Alex. Hi, Oksana. Lovely to see you. It is overturned, Alex. Deflated. You were on the point exactly. Yes. Okay. I need to just put that here for a second. You were hesitant, but, well, it was the right answer, wasn't it? So, let's continue. Overturned. Not take any more. Yeah, it's to knock to the ground. And cave art is seen as a key marker of when humans began to think in abstract, symbolic ways. The kind of imagination that language and science, in more abstract, more would certainly work. That fosters language good. In purely, that engendered, purely I like as the adverb, in rather abstract. That fosters language. Fosters is a good word. In complex, good, Patricia, complex, abstract, symbolic ways. That underpins, good word, Victoria. In more, that is required by, Valentine. That precedes, good, Oksana. That begets, that begot language. Begot is a great word. In distinctive, abstract ways. Very distinct lack of Oxford comma, yes. But I think half of these journalists don't know what the Oxford comma is. Okay, so let's go for it. In truly. So White Stripe said purely, and that's clearly the best answer for that. That underpins language, religion and science. So who said underpins? That fosters. Victoria, congratulations on underpins. You're in the anti-Oxford comma team. I'm in the. I used to be anti-Oxford comma. I'm now much more pro it. Okay, that underpins. Well done, Victoria. Okay. That supports. Good, Patricia. Early paintings and engravings show people not just reacting to the world, but representing it, comma, stories and identities in a way no other is known to have done. Sharing stories, no other medium. Hi, Anna Gabrielle. Lovely to have you, Anna Gabrielle. Means stories. No other. But that no other means is known. Yes. Okay. Yes, John and Epstein. They're certainly different. No other media. Sharing stories, I like, Julia. Through stories. Through is good. Depicting stories. No other species. Species looks very good. No other aesthetic. No other medium. Well done, Victoria. You've got a good day today. Portrays stories. Yeah. Painting is a medium. Through stories, says Patricia. Opening stories, good. Hi, Karen. Species, says Valentine. That's good. Well done, Valentine. Art form is known to have done. Creating stories, good, Victoria. And species, yes. Okay, let's have this one then. Sharing stories. Definitely somebody said sharing. And several of you said species. Who said sharing? Sharing was Julia, definitely. Who else said sharing? Lando said sharing as well. Okay, well done, Julia and Lando. Spinning stories. That's very good. So well done, all of you. And let's continue. No, it's not. Let's see, very often, Maurits, we use the phrase to spin a yarn, to tell a story. Yes, to the people, isn't it? Yes, you definitely said species as well, didn't you, White Stripes? The emerging evidence. The latest research, findings, data, theory, discoveries, theory, says Lando, discovery, says Valentine, discovery adds, says Oksana. Spin a yarn, it's to tell a story. It might or might not be true. Theory, hypothesis, concept, evidence, the emerging hypothesis. Okay. Yes, that there was no the hypothesis that there was no sudden awakening, emerging, understanding, discovery, theory, finding, argument. The emerging view. Well done, Karen. Karen's got emerging. Who else had emerging for the second? The latest discovery for the first. It was a far-fetched story. It lying a bit through a story. Yes, Maurits, that's the point. It's based on something real, but it's telling a bit of a story as well. Findings works quite well. The latest findings the latest finding adds. Okay, and continue. Nascent, says Victoria. Creativity was, to our species, the evidence for which, back to Africa. Whatever the theory, somebody will eventually twist it for political schemes. Absolutely. That's what history's for. Goes back to, evidently, creativity was paramount to our species, the evidence for which dates back to Africa, goes back. Actually, says Oksana, dates back to. Supposedly, creativity was vital. It dates back, says Karen. Dates back, says Victoria. Was vital to our species. Was familiar, was known to our species. Was endemic to our species. Was paramount to our species. Essential to our species. Was crucial to our species. Right, let's... Instead, yes, Victoria. Inherent. That looks very good, Patricia. Common to our species. Harks back to. Indeed. So, instead for Victoria, well done. Instead, creativity was innate to our species. The evidence for which stretches back to Africa, where we evolved. Intrinsic, inherent to, inherent in. Inherent, in is better. I think to would work, but I think in is better. Stretches back, dates back to, yes, Maurits. Instead, creativity was innate to our species. The evidence for which stretches back to Africa, where we evolved. Okay, it's accurate, says Marco. Okay, let's go for the next then. Notwithstanding, that's a good start, Patricia. It's confusing the argument. They're saying, no, it wasn't something that evolved. It's something that we had already evolved to do. Mid, says Lando. Early to late, no. Mid to late, says Vitali. Those both look good. In the middle to late. Occurred, says Lando. Mid-80s, says Philip. The mid to late 80s, says Julia. Notwithstanding, it sounds incorrect on its own before a comma. Notwithstanding this, it needs a noun or a noun phrase to it. Took place for the second one, says Karen. That's good. Okay. And appeared, says Valentine. When I went to university in the mid to late 80s, germed and occurred for the second one. So when I went to university in the mid to late 90s, that's what we were taught. The creative explosion in humans occurred in a small part of Europe. Originated is good, Victoria. Was concentrated in, Philip. Well done, Lando. But now we're seeing of modern human behaviour, including narrative art in Indonesia, which makes that Eurocentric argument very hard to... Yeah, Eurocentrism, very good, Karen. It sprouted in a small part of Europe. Yes, definitely. We're seeing traces of modern human behaviour. Traces is good. It's very hard to believe. Examples. Well done, Alex. So Lando says sustain. Alex says sustain. That's very good. Makes the argument very hard to sustain. Examples, says Marit. We're seeing examples. We're seeing proof. That's good, Patricia. Evidence. That's good, Karen. Hard to digest. Okay, so we're seeing traits of modern human behaviour. Traces is not bad. Studies. Very hard to sustain. So sustain gets ice cream, definitely. Evidence, says Victoria, is good. So sustain is an ice cream for Alex and an ice cream for Lando, definitely. So to sustain. The oldest Spanish cave art is a red hand stencil in Maltravieso cave in western Spain, dated to be at least 66,700 years old, though this is, and some don't think it to be that old. Hard to stick to, yes. Hard to support. Hard to support. Oh, that's better. Scientists don't think. This is debated, says Maurits. Some experts, says Maurits. Some scholars, says Valentine. No, traits is human traits. Traits is very, very common as well for humans, Karen. This is debatable. Good word. Scientist, says Lando. Scholars, says Valentine. This is uncertain, says Oksana. Paleontologists. That's good. Debatable expert, says Artem Alex. Debated and expert, says Julia. It's debatable, says Patricia. Some skeptic, says Philip. That's good. Is contentious. Good word, Alex. Is disputed, says Lando. is tenuous. Yeah, tenuous would certainly work. Difficult to maintain, difficult to hold. Some archaeologists. Okay, this is controversial. And some experts is dubious. Yes, dubious would work. It's controversial and some people don't think it's that old. Some experts. Some critic says, Mudasser Yunus. Mudasser Yunus. Okay. In 2014, hand stencils and animal figures dating back at least 40,000 years were found in Sulawesi, followed by a that is at least 44,000 years old, and then a narrative pig and human painting dated to at least 51,200 years ago. A hunting scene. Well done, Oksana. Well done, Oksana. Hunting scene, says Alex. That looks pretty good to me. It's a hunting scene. A rupestry scene. Can you say rupestre in English? I'm going to put that word here because I don't think I've got a video on it. I'm not sure if it's valid in English or not. A funeral scene suggests Valentine, a hunting scene, a rustic scene, a poaching scene, says Artem Alex. It's a hunting scene. So ice creams to those of you with a hunting scene. Ritual scene. Yes, a hunting scene, yes. Each step pushed the image making back in time, according to Professor Maxime Aubert. Poaching, no, I don't think poaching existed that long ago. Hunter's image, no. Each step pushed image making back in time. Thank you. Then I will make a video on rupestral. Each step. But they're different steps of analysing the cave paintings, I think. Fresco. Fresco is much more modern. Pushed, making it. Pushed towards, went back in time. Further back in time. Ice cream for Victoria. Further back in time. Push the image making further back in time. That would work, Maurits. So one for Victoria there, definitely. Further. Sophisticated image making. Whoops. Each step pushed sophisticated image making further back in time, according to whoever. And now you've got the different steps. push toward. We started with ages of at least 40,000 years, the same time as Europe. But by getting closer to the pigment, we've pushed the rock art in Sulawesi by at least another 28,000. Making was a noun. Well done, Victoria. You've got lots of them today. Intricate. This text is quite... You're not the only one, Maurits. Don't you worry about it. It's quite... The writing is difficult. Back by. Push the rock art in Sulawesi back by. That definitely works. We started with ages of at least 40,000 years, the same time as Europe. But by getting closer to the pigment, we pushed back the rock art in Sulawesi back by, says Julia. Text is too complex. With minimum ages, minimum is very good. Well done, Victoria. Back by. Approximate ages. We started with approximate ages. That's very good, Karen. With approximate ages of at least this. And we pushed it back by more time. And this was going to be 30. We've actually got another 5. Further back. So with minimum ages. Well done, Victoria, again. Yes, 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 Victoria. Approximate is very good as well. Why ages plural? Because they are various different pieces of work, Alex. They're various different pictures, and each picture has a different age. It's like Scrabble today. The latest discovery. It says the earliest, the latest discovery. Looks pretty good to me. The recent discovery, recent for Julia and Artem Alex. The main discovery, the key discovery. The oldest, the latest, the recent. The latest, says Maurits. The latest discovery. But it's the minimum ages of each of them, because let's see, the youngest that this picture could be, or the youngest that picture could be, or the youngest that picture could be. So the minimum ages of these 3 pictures are 38,000 years, 42,000 years, and 40,000 years. The recent discovery. And there's just 2 more to do. This is... how am I going to make this fit? Okay. It's been spray painted. An ancient graffiti artist pressed their hand against the cave wall, then blew or spat a mouthful of pigment around it, so that when they pulled the hand away, a negative outline was left. Hard against. That's very good, Oksana. palm against, firmly against. I think hard against is the best so far. Still, without moving, still would work. Right against, says Maurits. Fixed against, says Valentine. Left sitting on the rock. Left depicted on the rock. Imprinted on the rock. Firmly against, says Mudasser. Depicted on the rock, says Julia. I think this second word is redundant. They press their hand firmly, spread strongly. I don't think we've had either of these. Outlined, good on the rock. Outlined is a good word. You're going to be frustrated. Left behind. That's an ice cream word, Oksana. Was left behind on the rock. Well done, Oksana, for the second one. What about this first one? Left clearly on the rock. Their hand impressed on the rock. Okay, I'm going to give you the first one. Flat against the wall. Open against the wall. You've gone all around this one, but not quite with flat. Okay, facing the wall. And last one for today. One straight against the wall, flat against the wall. One fragmentary hand stencil there is by thin mineral crust that when analysed was found to have a minimum age of 67,800 years, making it the oldest dated cave art anywhere in the world. Left behind, that's it, Mudassar. Is covered, good, palm against, covered is good, Lando. Outlined by, but these are crusts that have grown. Embedded by, covered by, says Victoria. I'm pretty happy with this covered by. Outlined by. Carbon dated cave art in the world. It could be, but I think the art, there isn't enough of it to carbon date it. Lots of 6-7 in this, says White Stripes. Embedded doesn't work. Enamelled by. Embossed by, says Glenn. Is worn away. So, okay. And is overlain, covered. Encased in is overlain by. I had to look up this overlain word. And reliably dated. Encased in is very good as well. Scientifically dated. Encased, says Julia, encased in by thin mineral crust. It's overlain, it lies over the top of it. Covered, yes. Covered with is the easy version of this. Okay, so enough for today. I'm sorry, it was, I think, harder than I imagined. Put something on top of something else. Okay, overlain. So next stream is on Tuesday, which is going to be the 17th of February at 10 AM UK time. So thank you all for coming. Is it overlaid? Overlain? Because it's not. Overlay. But note it so. Is overlain the stencil over the mineral crusts overlay the picture? And I would argue about that. It is correct. Go. It was hard but interesting. Thank you all. It is right. Yes. Thank you, Alex. Okay, so let's see. Thank you. So thank you to Alex and Artem Alex. Thank you to Glenn and Julia and Karen. Thank you to Maurits and Lando and Manisco. Thank you to Mudasser, and thank you to Oksana. Thank you to Patricia and Philip and Valentine and White Stripes, and to Victoria. Thank you all. It was C2 worthy, definitely, or more. The text was hard. The text was definitely complicated. Zie. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Oksana. It's been great having you all. Thank you, Methui. May we. Thank you, may we. Thank you, Marco. Frying your brain away. Yes, definitely. Tu cerebro ha ido a freír espárragos. Have a great weekend, Lando. Thank you. So, yeah. Okay, overlaid, somebody put it there. Overlain by, it grew there on its own. It was its own agent, and that's the difference. The graffiti overlaid the cave painting, but the cave painting was overlain by rust that had come through the wall. No, I didn't get it, White Stripes. Thank you, Mudasser. Okay, I've got to put this here as well. So, Alex, it depends if there was an agent or the thing itself was the agent. It's a very interesting distinction. It's something I had to think about for a few minutes. Active and passive. Okay, yes, so go Butty. Ziez, thank you in Chinese. Thank you, Philip. She. Wow, that's very good. You're still thinking about overlay and overlain. It's a weird one because it's difficult. Yeah, it grew there or it simply is there. Yes, that's the point, Alex. I'll look it up. Don't worry. Let me... Okay, take care all of you, and I will see you on Tuesday. Let me put this here. So, bye for now.